with the activity of pressmen as they typed their reports of the proceedings in Parliament. And here you'll find part of the old dungeon and the remains of a jail that date back over 100 years to a time when this building served as a courthouse. But now it will hold you captive in a new way. This 75-seat film theaterette will screen art films, director's cuts and productions from young and upcoming filmmakers. With various screening times and a diverse program, it will cater to film aficionados as well as school groups and families. This staircase, which heard the footsteps of many famous politicians, will now lead audiences and artists up to a space that offers something old with something new. Along this hallway, you'll find the Corridor of Time, a collection of pictures and memorabilia which tells the story of this building and the personalities familiar with the rooms and halls. This space was formerly part of the library of the Legislative Assembly and later the Select Committee Room, where many meetings were held on important bills that affected the nation. It is now a gallery for visual art exhibitions as well as an event hall. Although not what its name suggests, the Blue Room retained its name through many colour changes over the years. At one time, it was the Commonwealth Parliamentary Members' Room, and it was here that members of Parliament relaxed in between sessions. Now, the atmosphere is just as relaxed as the Blue Room becomes the platform to showcase young talents in intimate presentations. Just off the Blue Room is a small VIP room where in the early days Mr. Lee Kuan Yew met the Plen, Fang Chuang Pi, to discuss the establishment of a united front against the British. It was also here that members of the old guard met to decide the strategy to take on its opposition, the Barisan Socialists. This room, however, has a different ambience. Now known as the Council Room, where private meetings and discussions are held, it was formerly the office of Mr. Lee Kuan Yew for over 20 years and subsequently Mr. Goh Chok Tong. Just down the corridor is a spacious room, part of which was the office of Singapore's first Chief Minister, David Marshall. It is now a very unusual black box, which marries history and art. Tucked away by the side of the play den is the Loft. This room with a view used to be the office of Singapore's first Finance Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Goh Keng Swee. It was in this very room that as a civil servant, he gathered statistical data for Singapore's Cost of Living Index. Dr. Goh later established influential policies and programs which guided a young and independent Singapore towards development and success. This room, once known as the Party Conference Room, was the hub of activity in the late 50s, as it was first the General Office of the Legislative Assembly and then occupied by a team of verbatim reporters who recorded the proceedings of Parliament. It subsequently became the room when the People's Action Party held their meetings. Now, this room is known as the living room and is inviting enough to be used for intimate performances as well as master classes or seminars. Just up the stairs from here is another historical reminder of Singapore's political history. Made from the same fabric of the Victoria Tower in the Westminster House of Parliament, this magnesium lime representation of the Tudor Rose was a gift to the Singapore Legislative Assembly by the British government to symbolise the unity and peace between